Club Recruitment 2024 sharing session. I'm Hadija, one of the co-chair of the ESG investment program, and today I'll be your host for the session. So I'm going to go through briefly for the agenda for today. We're going to introduce you guys to our club, and we're going to show you guys our background and supporters as well. Hosted by Tiffany, one of our co-founders. And then we're going to go through briefly regarding our programs that we have, EIP and VIP. And then we're going to go through the recruitment process as well. And we're going to tell you guys why join us, why join Gen Z. And we're going to end the session with member sharing and also Q&A. So I'll pass my time to Tiffany now.
Thanks, Khadija. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on Sunday morning. So my name is Tiffany Liu. I'm the co-founder of Generation Z Investment Club. So a bit of background of myself. I'm currently working full-time at a family office as an investment professional. In case you don't know how a family office is, essentially we advise wealthy families on where to allocate their money, and hopefully our advice will help them make more money. But my day-to-day job is more on the fund selection side, meaning I find professional investors in private equity or hedge funds, and then entrust our capital to so research or individual stock selection. But that does not change the fact that I'm very passionate about investing. So Next Gen Investors Endowment, which is the entity that looks after the Generation Z Investment Club, is a Singapore incorporated non-profit organization. Our sole mission is to educate and mold the next generation of responsible investors. We are really here to help everyone to kickstart your investor journey. We don't care whether or not you have finance background. We don't care if you have investing experience. The only thing that we care is whether you are curious enough to learn and whether or not you are passionate to start this journey together with us. So there are three things that we do in Singapore. So first of all is the Generation Z Investment Club, which we get students from all across the world who are studying at university to join and learn about investing, and we give them real money to manage. And then the next thing is we also have like this annual conference that we do with the Singapore Management University. It's for ESG investing kind of stock pitch competition, and we are doing it with them the third year for this year. We are currently, I think, open for application. So if you are interested, you can also, just Google search on this and then sign up and attend that conference. We also go to the community centers around Singapore to run what we call the Investing Game Show or Investing Tonight Show. So we get people to read comics about investing, and we play games with them to help them learn more about investing. Oh, and my background. Before I went to the family office, I was doing my MBA at University of Oxford, and before that, I was working for a hedge fund in Hong Kong. Yeah. Next. So right now, including our alumni, we have 168 total members, and they are really from all over the world. So if you look at like the country of residence, you'll see that the majority is from Singapore, but we also have students from China, from United States, and other parts of the world like Israel, Morocco. So it's really a place where you will meet people from a very diverse background. And I think it's also a really good chance for you to meet people outside of Singapore and outside of US and TU and SMU. We have currently two programs. So that's the value investing program and the ESG investing program. I will let our student leaders share more about the details later. Next. Yeah, so my main job here today is to tell you how it all started and why we decide to do this. So when I was in university, I don't know how many of you on the line here studied non-finance major, but my major was social science. So I did international relations when I was in school. for my undergrad. I don't really like the subject. I just scored pretty well for it, but I just don't enjoy it that much. And when I was in uni, I was actually a bit lost. So I don't really know what I want to do when I graduate. And then it was really by chance that I ended up in a hedge fund, first as the investor relations, which is basically business development role. So do a lot of like marketing for the funds and communicate with potential investors and existing investors. But I had zero knowledge of finance or investing. I only bought my very first stock after I graduated from my university. But I was very lucky because my hedge fund, at the time, my supervisor was someone that deeply believes in fundamental investing. So he focused a lot more on the qualitative side of things than the quantitative side. He spent a lot of time telling me about business models, teaching me about the importance of finding and investing with the right management, and it made investing so much more interesting for me because in the past I had the misconception that it's all about numbers. I have to be super good at looking at financial statements. And I thought I couldn't do it, but it was because of my supervisor at that time that I realized that, hey, actually the qualitative aspect is equally important, if not more important. And that part is something that I think I can do well in. So then that gave me a lot more confidence, and then I slowly transited into an investment role. But I did ask myself many times in my life that what if I get to learn about investing earlier on in my life, say when I'm year one in university, how would that have changed my life? Could I have managed my wealth better? Could I have chosen a different career path? Could I have viewed the world in a different way? And I think all these are, to be honest, very much possible. So as I was thinking about this, I was also sitting at my desktop just scrolling LinkedIn, and I just saw a comic called Investor Z. So that is a Japanese comic that tells the story of a bunch of kids, high school kids, managing their own endowment money and investing in different asset classes. And I thought it was such a fantastic story, such a great way for someone who had very little understanding about investing to kickstart that, to really get that 0 to 1. But it was so weird. I was like, why would anyone be posting about comics on LinkedIn? LinkedIn is supposed to be a professional platform. It's actually back in 2018. So I checked out the guy who posted it, and that's Shinya Taguchi, who is also the co-founder of Generation Z Investment Club. So I asked him out. I was like, let's grab coffee and let's see what more can we do with that comic. Because it was really my hope that we can use that as a tool to help more people learn about investing or inspire them to learn about investing earlier on in their life. Shinya and I really shared that vision. So after that coffee chat in Hong Kong back in 2018, we decided to launch the Generation Z Investment Club. Our goal is, oh, you read comics, by the way. We end up developing invest tools as well to cover more topics beyond what the original investors that cover, which is more about Japan. And then but we also recognize that there's limitation to the comic content. You cannot expect someone to become an investor just through reading that comic. So we also want to provide you help beyond that. That is why we decided to launch a club with the value investing program. So you read comics, we teach you seriously about investing, how to do valuation, how to conduct research, etc. And then we give you money to manage so that you also have that hands-on experience and that full experience of what investing is about. So that was what it happened in 2019, and then we started establishing partnership with universities worldwide. We recruit a lot of students from SMU every year. We also have a lot of students from NTU and NUS. And then in 2021, we launched the ESG investing program, which is actually very similar to the value investing program, except that we introduced the ESG layer. to just help you understand how to incorporate the ESG aspect into your investment framework. And that we work very closely with some of the boutique managers here in Singapore to teach you. And then in 2022, we hosted the SMU Next Gen ESG Investing Conference. And then we also started doing all the game shows at Singapore Community Centers. Next. Yeah, and then in 2024, we also started doing what we call the Investing Tonight show, which is another type of game show that we are running at community centers and schools. And we also have the Z Club Academy, where we invite professional investors to come and share with our students. So yeah, so this is actually what we have been doing. And there's so much more that we wish to do. And that we hope that you can be part of it. So here are some of our key donors and supporters. Shore Spring Partners is an investment firm based in Boston in the US. So they were founded in 2014 by someone who was previously he's called Dennis Hong, and he was previously from the Yale Endowment. They manage about $1 billion now. They donate to us annually. Very, very important supporter to us both financially as well as academically. Arisec Partners, they are based here in Singapore. They are a boutique fund manager that focuses on consumer in emerging markets. Very, very interesting strategy that has been around since 1996. So about 28 years now. They also manage about $1 billion. They also donate to us annually, and they help us run the ESG Academy for the ESG investing program. Overlook Investment, they are also a fund based in Hong Kong, founded in 1991, founded by Richard Lawrence. He's super famous, very, very reputable investor. You can Google him up. They manage about $6 billion USD, and they also donate to us annually. So we just want to give you some color to who are the people that are behind us. I think the earlier days of our class, some of our students said that they thought this is a very shady program. I just want to assure you that we are actually supported by very, very reputable investors worldwide. We are a properly registered non-profit entity, and all the people here are here for the mission of helping you start your investor journey. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess that's all from me.
Thank you, Tiffany, for all the sharing on our background and history and also our key supporters. I will now go through our program. So for the first programs, we have the Value Investing Program, where after going through the recruitment process, you will have orientation day, and then everyone under this program will go through a value investing bootcamp. And after the bootcamp itself, you'll be officially become our club member, specifically VIP member, and then you'll join a portfolio management team and manage a portfolio of the stock selection that the team picks. And then hopefully all of this will lead to you guys to become a responsible investor. And for the second program, we have the ESG investing program. It is quite similar to VIP, but we are focused on ESG Academy. This is the program that I'm from. So we went through orientation day as well, and then we went to Value Investing Bootcamp. Sorry. However, we also went to ESG Academy. It can be a little bit intense for the first few months, but let me tell you, it's super worth it, and it's not that super duper intense. So it's still bearable to do it together with your schoolwork as well. And then after that, it's the same with the VIP program. You'll become official Gen Z Investment Club member and also EIP member, and you'll get to choose the portfolio management team that is more that more resonates with you, and also you'll manage portfolio, so you get to choose which stock you want to pitch to your team, and also your team can invest in those stocks. And all of this, like what we want to achieve is that out of all this experience, for all of you to become responsible investors as well. So this is the commitment. So our program offers 2-year membership in order to hone you to become a responsible investor throughout these 2 years. So you have to publish investment. This is 2 times a year. And then this can be any stock selection that you want to choose. So you just have to write about it. And like if you're under the EIP program, then you have to put ESG considerations that you have you'll be learning in ESG Academy. But if it's value investing, you can choose to have the ESG consideration part, and you can choose to not to have that as well. And next, the commitment would be to attend the Z Club Academy, and also company visits, and also the meet the investor session. And next, the commitment would be to attend the portfolio meeting and the monthly investment check-in. So the portfolio meetings will be within your portfolio teams as well. And the monthly investment check-in is the whole club members where everyone will get an update or like sharing on new news and also updates on the portfolio, overall portfolio monthly. And this is the recruitment process. So we are currently open for sign up until next week, 2 June. And then we'll have a case study to understand more about your view on a particular stock. But no worries that we just want to know whether you're passionate about joining our club and passionate about investing. So no worries, just like what Tiffany mentioned before, we don't ask you to have like a particular finance or investment background, but we want you to learn from this club. So yeah, and after that we'll have interview, and then we'll have the announcement of results on 19 July. And now I'll pass my time to Eugene to tell you guys why you should join us.
Hi everyone, my name is Eugene. I am one of the co-CIOs for VIPC, together with Javier. So I'll just be briefly touching on some of the reasons why you should join us on this journey, this 2 years journey. First of all, getting to know all of us. I think today we only have some of the leaders of the clubs here, and some members will be sharing later. But there are a lot of people in our club. It would be really nice also to get to know everyone. Because everyone is on a similar journey to learn more, and at the same time, if you're in university as well, it's really good bunch of friends to have as well. So I think really beginning on the why join us, I think really you get training in value investing and also the ESG Investing Academy, which is not an opportunity that every student gets, especially the part on managing money as well. And for the EIP wise, the ESG investment program, potentially you get a chance to be sponsored for a CFA ESG certificate, which is again another opportunity that not anyone can get. And the third point where I talked about, which was the first thing I thought about, which is the friends, a lifelong community, and the ability or the opportunity to network with investment professionals, which I'll talk about in a bit, which is called Z Club Academy. I really get to hone your quantitative and qualitative skills, where you get to learn from each other, you learn from investors, you learn from your friends, and with the best thing for this Z Club is that you get to invest with real money. You don't just use paper accounts, you don't just use trading competitions, but you're actually managing real money and putting what you learn into practice. And last but not least, you get to join webinars and online sessions with investment professionals. And sometimes, or actually not even sometimes, quite often you get to meet them in person. So you get to go down to their office, speak to them in person, and really hear from them what makes them really special or what sets them apart from other investors. So really touching on the main part and why Z Club Academy? Because this is a new initiative that we have this year. Previously, we have this thing called Meet the Investors Session, where we invite investors down, from our partner companies like what Tiffany was sharing, Overlook, Shaw Spring, and also Erisec, and many more. We get them to share with our members about their investment journeys, things that they've learned, and have a Q&A as well. But this year we have started Z Club Academy, where it's very tailored, a monthly session where we get investors share about a specific topic. And maybe just to give you a brief summary of what we have done so far, we have 3 Z Cloud Academy thus far. First one was with Pulak Prasad. Yeah, in the bottom right picture, you can see is the guy right in the middle. He's the founder of Nalanda Capital. Yeah, he manages about USD 5 billion. Yeah, mainly focused in Indian equities. Yeah, and it was really cool because he shared with us his thesis was long-term value investing, and that is something even though a lot of people do, his one is ultra long term. He doesn't buy for the long term, but he buys for forever, basically. Yeah, and I think he has about 10 people on his team. Yeah, which is extremely small for a fund that is so large. Yeah, and I think that's just really a glimpse of the things that we get to do and get to see. And fortunately, we also got to meet him in person because he was really open to letting us come down to his office. So a bunch of us went down. Yeah, so again, this is an opportunity that not anyone can get. Yeah. And next we had with Alan Xiao. I mean, if you look him up, he's the deputy chief risk officer of Amandi. And yeah, one of the biggest companies in US. And recently, last week, we had a session with Daniel Pua, investment analyst from Ford Asset Management. And prior to that, he was on the investment team at Temasek. So really, you get to hear from people all the way up to founders, managing partners, or people who really have a lot of experience in the field, to people who have been just at the analyst level, who also know extremely a lot because they're on the ground and they're on the because they are a lot more closer to our age and also more relatable. Yeah, so just now Tiffany shared about Overlook Investments, Richard Lawrence. Yeah, so actually he's going to be sharing in July for one of the Z Cloud Academy sessions. And yeah, so this is a program that runs every month as well. So you really get the opportunity to hear from investors. And again, is something that is very precious and something that, yeah, students and even working professionals might not get a chance to do and to meet these people. Yep. So with that, I'll be passing the time to Claire, who will be sharing about her experience.
Thank you. So thanks everybody for joining us today on Sunday morning. So to give you a little more context about myself, so my name is Claire. I'm not from Asia. I'm from France. I'm French American, and I'm from a town near Paris called Versailles. So to tell you a little bit more about what I do, so I'm a final BBA student at ESSEC Business School, specializing in finance and sustainability. And today I'm able to be with you guys in Singapore because my school has several campuses around the world, and one of the campuses is in Singapore. So personally, I love traveling, meeting new people, and I have a profound interest and passion for ESG investments and also real estate. So now, the funny story on how I discovered the Z Club is actually thanks to my mother. She's not here, but thank you, Mom. So I was looking for an investment club basically outside of school, and I couldn't quite find the perfect one. So I had been a member of various other clubs, and I just couldn't find the perfect one. And so my mom just like randomly one day just texted me about this Z Club. And she told me, oh, there's this like Singaporean investment club that loves ESG. It looks very professional. So I just looked basically on the website of the Z Club, and I was very impressed about of all the content and all the programs, so such as the value investing program, the ESG program, the Investune series, and even we didn't talk about it right now, but there's a scholarship program. So I decided to apply, and here I am. So, so far, I would say my experience at the club has been truly a blast. So first of all, I would say, in terms of the people I was able to meet, like I found the people here so intelligent. And, during the past year, I've been a member of the club. I've really felt part of a community where I could make friends, learn, and grow. So, for example, while I was in Singapore, I had the chance to meet some of the club's members who was just passing by, like Fabian, who's from the USA. I also traveled to India, to Bangalore, and I was able to meet another Z Club member. In September, I'll be able to go to Morocco, and there is also a Z Club member there. So, I feel we are literally all over the world, and that's what I really love. And hopefully, we will go more in the future. And I also love the way the team and the members are just so professional, friendly, and passionate about what they do. And especially the alumni or even the older members of the club, they really give you great advices on your stock pitches or what you can improve. So that would be like my number one key takeaway. The number two key takeaway would be the Z Academy speakers. So, the Z Club Academy is just really great to, meet investors and, kind of like talk with them and learn so much. Like, I really liked Pulak Prasad's presentation and also Alan's presentation. So I think it's really great to have, professional speakers who will just, help you out and make you learn and grow. Number three, I would say, the content that is expected of you from the club is, really makes you learn. Especially, I love the boot camp during, the summer that we did after being accepted. I think it really is, great if you just want to consolidate, your investing knowledge, your finance and economics knowledge. So that is great. And the fact that you can invest real money really allies the theory and the practice. And that's, one of the goals also of the club. Also, I think one of the features I love the most about the Z Club is that you have professionals such as, Shinya, Persis, and Tiffany who are really passionate about what they do and who really want to help you out. And last but not least, what I wanted to talk about is the alumni community. So as I mentioned before, like if you're not part of the club anymore, like if you're not an active member, you have the alumni community who is like literally always here to support you, and you can just grow with them once you're no longer a member of the club. And that's also what I think is really great about the club. So I would say that the club has really helped me grow as a person and as a professional investor. So if you have any questions about the Z Club, or if you want me to help you on anything, like feel free to reach out to me, and you can connect with me on LinkedIn. I will happily help you out, because that's also the goal of this club. So thank you everyone for listening to me.
Thank you, Claire. Next, we have sorry. Okay. Next, we have Javier to share with us his experience in VIP and also his memorable trip to Yunnan.
Hey everyone, can you hear me well? Okay, yeah. Hi everyone, I'm Javier. I'm the co-CIO of the VIP part of the club together with Eugene. So today I'm gonna share about my experiences to this Yunnan trip. So just for some context, like in our club we have a lot of regular like stock pitching, and for last year and this year we had some sort of internal like competition where the incentive for winning was that you got to go on like a full like all expense paid trip to Yunnan. And why Yunnan was chosen was because we have this Gen Z scholarship program, right, where we kind of sponsor the education for some of the more needy kids in China. And one of the scholarship those students were from Yunnan, so we went to visit her hometown. So it was very interesting. So for context, like for the competition, I pitched Spotify, and then the stock went up 100%. And then the other girl who went along with me also pitched the same stock, like just by chance. Yeah, so just to share about my experience there, when I went to Yunnan, honestly, the mindset was me going as an investor, right? So I guess that's just my default like disposition, going to China to check out like what the tier three cities were like, what kind of brands were there, what kind of corporates and businesses were kind of flourishing there. But maybe that lasted for about the first day or so. But then on the second day, when we were supposed to venture out into the rural parts, like the villagey areas where the scholar lived, I realized that okay, maybe this is not supposed to be the main point, but I think the point should be to kind of understand how the people there live. So the way of life is really very different compared to of course what we have here in Singapore. It's really very like very kampong kind of vibe there. So but it was very interesting. It's very eye-opening, and it kind of put things into perspective also, because previously I've never been to rural China before, so I really had no idea what to expect. And when you Google the name of her hometown, you really just see like a green grass patch. So a lot of apprehension at the start. But once you go there, you realize that they have 5G, they have Wi-Fi, they have like solar power, heated water and everything. It's really like not too bad. So it kind of set the bar higher for what rural China was like in my mind. And for context, this is like probably tier 5 kind of area in China. Yeah, so I think this scholarship program is very meaningful. And just to put some things into numbers, we pay about 5,000 RMB for their education every year, and that's about 1K in SGD. Their annual household income is about 20K, so about a quarter of their household income goes straight to funding their kids' education. So you can imagine like how thankful their families were for this program. And I think it's very special that we have this aspect of our club also. I don't think there's anything else in the entire Southeast Asia region really that is like this, where we ourselves can train our investment fundamentals and whatnot, but there's also another social element on the side where the profits from the stocks and the money that you invest actually goes to some sort of good cause. We don't really care about like necessarily growing AUM or whatever. I think it's very nice that all this has some sort of like positive externality or some sort of benefit to somebody who really needs it. To us, this $1,000 is, to be honest, it's like nothing, right? But for them, it's really life changing. Not only changing the students' lives, but taking some pressure, like financial pressure, off the family and potentially benefiting future generations as well. So I think it's really, really meaningful. So if you're interested in this sort of like social impact as well, I think this is definitely a good club to join. You can definitely learn and benefit on your own, but you'll definitely benefit someone else also. Yeah, so hope you guys are on board. And even if you're not like interested to join first, so hope you can help to spread the word also, because I think this Gen Z club is a platform like no other. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Javier, for sharing. And next we have Clive to share with us. And Clive is one of the EIP members.
Hey everyone, can you hear me? Yeah, can, thanks. All right. Hi everyone, my name is Clive. I'm a year 2 SMU student. I'm currently in the ESG investing program together with Khadija. Let me just spend the next 3 or 4 minutes to share with you about my experience in the club so far. So apart from the valuable investing principles and the skills that we'll be learning, I think a huge part about both the EIP and the VIP programs is that I cherish the value of networking and community. And what sets the club apart from other intra-university clubs is that there's the ability for students to really interact with other students outside of their universities and also companies and professionals as well. So if you look at the pictures here, there will be actually tons of opportunities for you to build friendships and your network outside of your own uni or wherever you are at right now. But if I can direct your attention to the bottom 3 pictures, so I want to share with you 3 memorable instances, starting at the bottom left, where we had a tour to Huawei's AI lab in Singapore, and then was very lucky to be able to understand what Huawei does and operates, which I then now know that they actually do make more than just mobile phones. And then in the middle picture, we also have Meet the Investor session, which I believe one of the members shared just now, with Dennis Hong, who manages Shaw Spring Partners. And he's also one of our club's donors. So I feel that in speaker sessions like these are extremely useful in shaping our perspectives and knowledge about investing, and also the wider finance world, right? Especially since we're all in that phase of life where we're going through self-discovery, understanding what do we want. And I think hearing from people who are in the industry for quite some time will give us very useful insights to make informed decisions. And then the last picture on the bottom right is actually a meetup lunch that Persis, the club manager, organized with a couple of Gen Z folks like myself when we were interning at Temasek. So she actually connected us with full-timers from Temasek who were either mentors or from the previous batch of VIP and EIP program. And it was actually very, very insightful to get their advice and to hear about the experience to get to where they are right now. So I think as a whole, I think Javier and Claire and also Eugene, everyone shared about their own experiences. And you do see that it's really more than just the investing skills and the principles that you can learn, but also I think you can look forward to really making new friendships. And it's really rare to have an opportunity to make friends with people across the whole Singapore. And why not just seize the opportunity? Yeah, thanks so much.
Okay, thank you, guys. And next we have our Q&A session. So everyone, if you have any question that you would like to raise, please do so now. You can turn on your cam and speak out with the microphone, or you can also type your question in the chat box as well. We'll wait for a few minutes for you guys. If you have more questions on like how the program works, or like in terms of the equipment, or if you have any concerns, you can also ask about it now, because we have representatives from both of the programs. We have Tiffany, our co-founder, as well. So yeah, please do ask questions if you have any.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes.
Hello. My name is George. I'm from Armenia, and right now I'm studying in Tsinghua University in Beijing. It was very informative, all the information you guys gave. Thank you for that. The question I would like to ask is like, what are you guys waiting from the applicants? So, for example, if we apply and we get in into the club, what are going to be our requirements? What are we going to have to do, and what are we going to have to provide to the club itself? Thank you.
Clarify your question would be, what are the expected qualities out of the applicant, and also what are the expected things from the members, is it? Like Georgie, am I correct?
I'm from Armenia. The question was like, yeah, how the same way you said it. What are going to be the expectations of the future participants?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
Khadija, I think you can show the commitment slide again.
yes.
Yeah, so I think these are the main. So it is a 2-year program, so you are expected to be fully committed to this club over 2 years. We expect you to write an investment thesis and publish it on a bi-yearly basis. Of course, we are not just going to leave you to go and write it by yourself. There will be help provided by the club, and you will be attending the initial boot camp for I think the first 2 months of the program. Which should prepare you well enough for you to write a proper investment thesis by yourself. And then subsequently, we do have regular events that we expect the members to join and participate in. But it's not like you have to attend everything. You can take leave of absence wherever that is needed. But I think generally we will expect. Francis, can you remind me what is the participation rate that students need to achieve before they can graduate?
Participation as in from the monthly meetings, is it?
Yes. Yeah.
Cannot have more than 3 consecutive absentees. Of course, we understand if you guys like are on exchange or overseas or sick, that's the valid reasons, but cannot have like no valid reason and then 3 consecutive. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's like generally the expectations we have for our students. Yeah.
Understandable. Thank you very much for the answer.
Thanks, Georgie. I see a few other questions in the Q&A section. The student leaders, you all want to take them?
Yeah, I can take the next question. So, somebody asked, like, we don't assess based on prior experience, so what other traits or qualities will be assessed? Honestly, like, all of us are students, right? Like, I think what's more important is that you have the passion and interest, and we can tell that you're kind of willing to commit to our club activities. We're not expecting like some stellar like hedge fund memo or anything. We just want to see like whether you have maybe some sort of business acumen, you have some sort of little understanding of how a business would work. The thing is, if you don't have like a decent enough foundation, it'll be very hard to teach and for you to like catch on with the program also. So, it's good that we kind of have this first level, but don't worry, the bar is not very high and there'll be a lot of guidance along the way. So, and of course, like there'll be like interviews also. So of course, fit will be something that we look at. Can we get along with you? And again, the bar is not very high. Just be like a normal person and be, personable. So yeah, don't worry about like the requirements. Yeah, I think our training program is like good enough to build you up. As time goes by, but don't let the fear of any like bar deter you from applying. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Xavier. I will answer the next question from Brian. Wait, I think there was a question on. Oh yeah, on Alex. May I know I'll answer the question from Alex first. May I know is it possible to join both EIP and VIP? So Alex, when you join either VIP or EIP, you'll officially be a member of Gen Z Club. But if you're interested in EIP, it covers both VIP and plus the ESG investment. So perhaps you could consider to join EIP. Yeah, but yeah, you have to choose either one of those. And next, we have we have question from.
How much of the endowment's investments is based on the memos published on Substack? Does the club publish the endowment's performance? Yes, we do. We publish the memos. We do publish the performance. By right, all the investments are supposed to be based on the memos published on the Substack. Because it's part of the process of investing. So you as a group, you can view yourself as like a team of analysts, and then we have CIO like Javier and and oh my god, Eugene, yes, oh my god, okay, that help you decide, not help you decide, but that kind of like lead the team of analysts on how to construct the portfolio, and then the analysts, actually including the CIO themselves, will come up with like investment ideas. And then they are supposed to write the memo, publish a memo before they can allocate capital to it. So that should be the proper process.
I can take the next question. If you're on exchange for the first few months, you can still join us, but you need to ensure that you can commit to the value investing camp and also the ESG Academy if you're joining the EIP. So it's all right if you're on exchange for the first few months. Yes, for the
So-
next question.
Yeah, next question. If you're graduated and you're working full-time now, can you join the club? Well, our experience with working adults actually is that they find it very, very hard to commit to our commitments, and therefore they kind of drop off. Yeah. So it's not that we don't want to accept full-time workers, but we know that when you start working full-time, it is very, very busy and it's going to be very hard for you to commit. So we won't say for sure yes or no, but you have to assess for yourself whether you can commit to the club commitments. If not, it's a bit pointless if you join and then you're working and then like maybe after 6 months you are terminated. Yeah. I think there is a question, how do you juggle Gen Z commitments with your school commitments? I think the students leaders here can answer that question.
Yeah, I can take that. Honestly, the Gen Z commitments are not very heavy. Like you just need to write like a memo once every half yearly, so once every 6 months, which is okay, right? You have 6 months to write like a maybe 3-4 pager, and it's really up to you. Like there's not even any page count requirement. Just write whatever you want to write. I think the main learning from like the club, like the investment club learning will come from like when you pitch to your portfolio manager, and then they kind of grill your ideas and your way of thinking. I think that's very valuable. there's probably not many other groups where you can have this kind of dynamic where you get to be grilled by a senior, or sometimes even like professionals if we have like any event. And yeah, this kind of experience you probably won't get until you actually go to work in the industry, right? So it's actually very good. Yeah, so don't be so worried about the commitments. And maybe like every week or two, you just join one session. No, it's not that every week. Like I think it's once a month where we have the ZCorp Academy. Just join these sessions, and I think it's you have to join, like you can't miss like 2 sessions or more or something like that. I don't know, but anyway, the commitment is not very high, and anyway, these sessions are very informative. So people don't really miss them anyway unless they have some legit reason. Yeah, so then don't be too worried about that.
Yeah, so if I can add on, like I was a member of other clubs as well, and I think, the Z Club is, very structured and organized. So, everybody will tell you when the Z Academy sessions are happening, when we're gonna have our monthly meetings, when the stock pitches are due. So you shouldn't be really worried if you're organized, and like, what you have to do, when is it going to happen, it should be totally fine. Like I had a lot of classes because of my school and other commitments, and so far so good. So don't worry about it.
Yeah,
What gets invested? Yeah, okay, maybe I'm one of the PMs for VIPC, so maybe I can take this also. What's the expected potential return? What's the time horizon? Honestly, this is quite flexible and it's based on each individual PM also. Like EIP has a few of their own PMs. For VIP side, we have 2. And the way I think about this is that I think for different plays, this can be different also. I think in IRR wise, I think what makes sense is something that beats the market lah, basically. Of course, that's not really the goal or anything. It's really again up to individual PM. So IRR wise, like 15% or more seems like pretty attractive already. And of course, again, depends on the risk reward of the stock also. Look at time horizon 3 to 6 months. Personally, like no, not personally, but this is a like value investment club, and the kind of style that they advocate for is like long-term investing. But just personally for like the VIP side, I think we are like maybe 9 to 12 months kind of horizon. We're not necessarily maybe the buy and hold forever kind. But again, it depends on which PM takes over next, and it's up to them to how they want to manage the fund. But basically, we are just long only and tend to be kind of longer kind of time horizon. We're not traders. That's the bottom line. Yeah.
Is there any more questions? If you guys still have any concerns, and I would like to add on to the others to answer Wei Chi's question on how it's like juggling gender commitment in school. I think it's also quite okay. It's just that perhaps the writing investment memo might not be very easy for everyone. I was struggling about it as well at first. However, what's good about Gen Z Club is that you can reach out to people to ask for help and guidance in terms of their experience in writing the thesis. So, like whenever you face challenges or like face any struggles or like concerns on how to approach this, since like there's a tight, not very tight, there's like a strict deadline that by the end of the year or by the end of June, they need to submit it. That's why you can always reach out to anyone for guidance. So you don't have to worry about it so much. And yeah, juggling between school and Gen Z is not very hard. It's just that it might be a little bit intense at first, but yeah, it should be fine. Because I also had other CCA as well. I had golf and other CCA in school. And I'm from SMU, by the way, if you guys are from SMU. So yeah, it should be fine. Next, oh yeah, the question is already answered. Is there more questions? Please do ask if you guys have any concerns regarding the club.
Again, like if you have any other questions, you can, just message us on LinkedIn. I'm sure, the other like people will be open also to do that. I've received requests, so don't worry about it. Like, don't be shy. Like, we're just here to help you guys. So yeah, feel free to reach out to us.
Yes, reach out to us on LinkedIn or Telegram, also possible. There's a question on interview. Okay, so the interview will be held online on Zoom. So no worries if you're not in Singapore. And by the way, one of the differences of EIP and VIP program is that VIP is open to Southeast Asia, and globally, if you guys are from outside of Southeast Asia, please correct me if I'm wrong, Javier, but for EIP, we are only accepting Singapore-based students, but for interviews, all will be held online on Zoom.
For now, we won't restrict it to that, but I think it'll be a little bit more discretionary with regards to like students outside of Southeast Asia. And it's not, anything discriminatory. It's just because of the time zone. I think if you guys are very sure that you can commit to all the activities, sometimes you have in-person activities that will make it very difficult for you guys to commit as well. And if you guys are missing out on a lot of the value that we provide, then maybe it's kind of not worth the time also. But we're not closing this off to just Singaporeans or just Southeast Asia for now. So yeah, just please feel welcome to apply. Yeah.
So 20% of the investment returns will go towards supporting the scholars. Yeah. Mainly for now, our social cost is just the scholars. And currently our scholars are all from the rural places in China. Yeah.
Are there more questions? I think we can wait for a little bit more before we close the session today. How do we sign up for the recruitment? Yes, there is a link / form for it. I will show you guys the slide.
It's in the Telegram group if you guys are in.
Yeah, it's in the Telegram group. I can send it here. So
Yeah, maybe one of you can just send that link in the chat as well.
Yeah, we'll forward it again later. The meetings are held online mostly, but it's up to your team if they want to meet physically as well. Sometimes they do that. For systematic the use of funds.
It is continuing to stay in the portfolio float. Yeah. But if you join our club, you will see the actual performance. It's not like we are making a lot of money at this point. Yeah. Due to various reasons like the Chinese stock market not doing well. And I mean this usage of the funds, right? It is really for the students, like all of you guys in the club to practice. So we actually encourage the students to lose money also, because of course we don't expect like stellar performance from students that got no experience investing, right? So ideally, if we have profits that can do very well, we can support more people and do more things. But in the recent years, we don't really have a lot of profits to begin with. Yeah. So if you are a good investor, then please join us to help us make money.
Wait, let me step in there. I wouldn't say we encourage people to lose money. I think it's more that this is a very risk-free place to learn. Yeah. I think for public equities, like you can only learn when you invest real money and spend time in the market. You cannot learn all of this from a textbook, and there's not many people who are willing to teach you. So when there's a platform where someone just gives you like 200K to go and just invest wherever you want, I mean not wherever you want, wherever you think is reasonable, then you should, like personally I would just grab the opportunity to do so, right? Of course we are not like trying to lose money. It's just that China was really a very black swan. But if you look at our non-China names, actually they're performing pretty decently. Like your Spotify's are up 100%, your Costco's are up like 60-70%. So yeah, I mean, just giving us some credibility. We are not bad investors or anything. It's just, China happened to be a black swan. Yeah.
Right, yes, okay. Answering the Joshua's question on if to focus only on Asian equity. So just like what Tiffany and Javier mentioned, we're not only focusing on Asian equity. Like all global equities are open to be selected by our portfolio managers and the team as well. And for other asset classes, we have not explored that so far. But if you have
so
a strong
only global equities, no bond, no real estate, no commodities. Yeah. Very focused on stock selection. And then where does the club acquire the capital to invest? So we are backed by a family office, and the family office has donated $200,000. That's for the students to manage in total. And we also have, as you see, annual donors, but those donations are more for the operations of the. Thank you.
Is there any more questions or concerns that you guys have regarding the joining the club or the recruitment process? So this is how the recruitment process looks like. So you just need to sign up through the sign up link that we've sent in our Telegram channel, and then we'll send a case study on the 3rd of June for you guys to for us to understand more about your view on so understanding of business, and also you're showing your passion at investing. Just to understand more about your approaches. And then we'll have interviews online, and then we'll have the announcement of results. Yes, don't worry. Oh, by the way, guys, I did not have any prior investment background before this. So yeah, and I passed the I passed the qualification. So I think as long as you show that you're passionate and you're willing to learn about all this, just like what Jigger mentioned, like the standards is not super duper high. So don't worry about the recruitment process. Just do your best. And yeah, we're gonna have another 5 minutes perhaps to open the floor for questions. If there's no more, I guess we can end the session very early and scheduled.
Yeah, I think if anyone has any other questions, you can ping us on LinkedIn or Telegram. I think our Telegram handles are in the sign up form as well. Yeah, so if there are no other questions for today, we can wrap up this session. Hope you guys are interested to join us. Yeah, and we're interested to have you as well.
Yeah, you can also find a lot of information about us on Instagram. So next.gen.investors. Also our website, which you can find on the Instagram page as well. Thank you all.
Yes. for joining us this Sunday. Please just reach out to any of us through LinkedIn or Telegram, and we will answer your questions and concerns if there's any. Have a good Sunday. Hope to see you guys in Zika. Okay, everyone. We'll end the session for today. Have a good day. Bye. Thank you, everyone. By the way.